You are standing in an open field. No walls, no fence, no door to lock behind you. The sun is going down and the tree line is maybe 200 meters away. You do not know what is in those trees, but something is watching you. You can feel it. That specific electric feeling crawling up the back of your neck right now. That is not anxiety. That is not overthinking. That is a system so old, so finely tuned, it has not changed in 2 million years. Your body is doing exactly what it was built to do. The question is, how did you get here? How did a creature with no claws, no venom, no armor, no speed, an animal that a leopard can carry up a tree like a bag of groceries, how did that animal survive long enough to become you? Because the predators were real. They were not myths, they were not exaggerated. For most of human prehistory, the things that wanted to eat us were genuinely horrifyingly capable of doing so. The African leopard can sprint at 70 kilometers per hour and suffocate prey 3 times its own weight. The cave hyena, now extinct, was larger and stronger than anything alive today. Cave lions roamed Europe until roughly 13,000 years ago and were bigger than any modern lion by a significant margin. Saber-toothed cats had canine teeth the length of a human hand. Nile crocodiles have been ambushing animals at the water's edge for over 200 million years. They were doing it before us. They will likely do it after us. And early humans? Early humans were small, slow, loud when they panicked, easy to track, easy to tire out. So how are you here? The first answer is the one nobody finds exciting, but it is the most important. Early humans were not at the top of the food chain. For a very long time, they were not even in the middle. Fossil records show human bones with the same gnaw marks and cracking patterns found on antelope bones. Something ate us. Regularly, systematically, we were prey. But here's where the story turns. What early humans had was not strength. It was not speed. It was not venom or armor or size. What they had was something almost no other animal on Earth possessed in the same quantity or quality. They had each other not just as companions, as a system. Group living in early hominids was not a social preference, it was survival infrastructure. A lone human in the African savanna was a dead human, but 8 humans, 10 humans, 15 humans moving together. That was a different equation entirely. They could post watch, they could rotate sleep, they could surround a carcass and hold it against competitors. They could make noise, lots of it. Strategic noise, directed noise, coordinated noise that confused and deterred animals whose instincts were not prepared for that kind of chaos. And there was fire. The oldest confirmed controlled use of fire by human ancestors goes back roughly 1 million years at Wonderwork Cave in South Africa. But the behavior, the instinct to seek warmth, to be drawn to flame, is almost certainly older than that. Fire did not just cook food. Fire did not just extend the day. Fire completely rewrote the nighttime threat landscape. Predators that stalked in darkness now had to contend with light, smoke, heat, and the psychological confusion of something that burned without being alive. Most large predators avoided it entirely. The campfire was the first security system, but that is only half the story. And honestly, what comes next is even stranger. The human body, for all its apparent fragility, contains one genuinely devastating biological weapon. It is not the hand. It is not the jaw. It is the sweat gland. Humans sweat in a way almost no other mammal does. We are covered in eccrine glands, approximately 2 to 4 million of them, that release water directly onto the skin surface, cooling us through evaporation with extraordinary efficiency. A lion, a hyena, a leopard, they cool through panting. Panting requires stopping. It requires rest. At high temperatures, sustained high-speed pursuit costs them more than they gain. Humans can run slowly for a very long time. In heat, uphill, across open ground. This is called persistence hunting, and evidence of it exists across cultures on nearly every continent. Early humans did not always outrun predators, but they could outlast them. They could follow an animal until it collapsed from heat exhaustion, then close the distance and finish what the sun had started. The predator was fast, the human was patient, and patience, it turns out, was the deadliest thing in the ecosystem. But here is where the nightmare begins, because there were moments, there were always moments, when none of this was enough. The fossil record does not lie. There are skulls with puncture wounds that match eagle talons. There are children's remains inside large cat dens. There were ambushes at water sources. There were bad nights when the fire went low and the darkness came close. There were generations where entire groups did not make it, where the system failed, where the predator won. Survival was not guaranteed. It was statistical. The groups that coordinated, that communicated with precision, that passed information across generations, what to watch for, where the crocodiles waited, which sound in the brush meant run, those groups had better odds, not certainty, better odds. And those odds compounded over hundreds of thousands of years, compounded across millions of individual moments of fear and decision and group action, produced you. Every alarm in your body was calibrated by something that tried to kill your ancestors. The way your heart rate spikes at sudden movement in your peripheral vision. The way complete silence in a forest feels more threatening than noise. The way you instinctively scan exits when you enter an unfamiliar space. The way you feel genuinely physically safer when another person is nearby. None of that is irrational. All of it is ancient engineering. Your body is not broken. Your body is a compressed archive of every close call that did not kill someone before you. And here's the part that should stop you cold. You live in a world with no apex predators stalking you, no cave lion at the tree line, no crocodile beneath the surface of your morning commute. The actual threats your ancestors spent 2 million years learning to survive, they are gone or caged or distant, but the hardware is still running. The system never got the update. That electric feeling in an empty parking lot at night, that is not your imagination. That is a million years of someone getting that feeling right, surviving because of it, and passing it down to you. The threat has changed. The system has not. You are still the small creature on the open plain. You are still scanning for movement in the dark. The plain is a city now. The movement is a stranger walking too close. But the ancient calculation is the same one. And the fact that you are here, sitting, breathing, reading this, that is not ordinary. That is the result of an unbroken chain of close calls, stretching back further than civilization, further than agriculture, further than language itself. Every single one of your ancestors survived the night. Every single one. And now it is your turn.